it's really our default to overcomplicate shit. And you don't need to overcomplicate this. Your low ticket offer doesn't need to be exhaustive. It needs to be effective.
Welcome to the Master Your Business podcast, where we bring you the best in branding, marketing, and customer experience strategies. I'm Deirdre Martin, your host. And if you've been asking yourself how to level up your growing business, your marketing, your customer experience, or how to make more of an impact with your brand, this show is for you. You'll discover actionable tips and insights to help businesses just like yours gain clarity and illuminate the path to success. Train with industry experts, learn sales and marketing strategies, business and mindset hacks, and be inspired by authentic entrepreneurship stories. As your host, I'll share the no-nonsense advice that accelerated my journey from boring bank manager to industry thought leader in marketing and customer experience. Learn how I made the leap into the world of six-figure success, digital courses, keynote speaking, and co-authoring a #1 bestseller in just 1 year. Together with interviews from industry experts, this show ensures you're seen, heard, and hired by your ideal clients. Join our growing community of subscribers and let the Master Your Business podcast empower you to tackle your most significant challenges on your path to business success. Don't miss out. It's your turn to learn from the best and master your dream business.
Have you ever woken up to that sweet ding of a payment notification from Stripe on your phone? Frickin' hell, it's like the best feeling ever. Better than like your post going viral on LinkedIn or whatever. It's that feeling of no client calls coming in, no extra hours having to be worked, just making money in your account while you've been sleeping. Just making money while you've been sleeping. It sounds like a dream, right? Well, last year, I turned that dream into reality with a simple low-ticket digital product that changed my business, and it can change yours too. I never actually believed it would happen to me, but it did, and so it can definitely happen to you too. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you how to create a low-ticket offer that generates passive income. I'll break down the exact steps that I took to launch my LinkedIn Revenue Accelerator program, which converted at 26% from a free masterclass while I was away in Greece on my summer holidays. I was literally sipping Cuba Libras by the pool when the pings were coming through. It was freaking cool. And by the end of this episode, you're going to have a clear roadmap so that you can start making money in your sleep or by your pool or wherever you want to be. Okay, folks, let me just start off with saying that I might be kind of contradicting myself here on this a little bit, because I do have this fundamental belief that when you're growing your business and you're starting out, the fastest way to accelerate and achieve success in your business is to have one clear ideal client. It is to have one clear message for that ideal client that clearly articulates one offer and that you show up on one platform. And so the contradiction comes in because now I'm talking about low ticket offers, which are different to your core and premium offer. So usually what I say to people is, and there was a fantastic episode 76, I think it was, where I spoke with Chris, and Chris and I talked about the counterintuitive strategy to avoid burnout. And it is about creating premium ticket offers where you serve your ideal clients exceptionally well, but that you charge premium rates for it. Because when you do that, you don't need to work all of the hours. You only need to have a few clients as well. You don't need to have hundreds and hundreds of clients. You just need to have a couple of clients who come in and you serve exceptionally well. It's a lot easier than constantly chasing the next client or constantly posting and trying to attract clients. But there comes a point where you've done that, and to scale your business and to increase your revenue, you can either A, increase your prices at the risk of losing current clients and at the risk of not being able to attract clients who will pay that premium, or B, introduce other offers. And so that's exactly where I was at and where I have been at in my business over the last few years. So initially, I was working with clients just one-to-one. I had 6 one-to-one clients at a time, and I couldn't take on anymore, which was why I started my Business Accelerator program. Business Accelerator meant that I could have the doors in my program open all of the time, and the strategies that my BMC method in particular, that I was taking my ideal clients, my ideal one-to-one clients through, I could take people through in a group situation, and they could get as good a result. And so it meant that I could serve more people in the same way, but in a different way, if you know what I mean, because it was in a group capacity. And so what I found is this year I've niched even more because my ideal clients hang out pretty much all on LinkedIn. And the people who I work with, they want to show up on LinkedIn and attract clients through LinkedIn and build their thought leadership through LinkedIn and stand out from their competitors on LinkedIn. And so what that looks like is that has resulted in me creating multiple masterclasses throughout 2024 around the topic of how to grow your business on LinkedIn, how to attract clients on LinkedIn, how to grow your personal brand on LinkedIn, you name it. I've done like about 10. And what I've realized is that there was a market or a gap where people needed strategies for how to show up on LinkedIn, but not just the actual execution strategies, also mindset strategies, because a lot of the things that were holding people back on LinkedIn was their mindset and not the implementation piece. So I guess what I'm saying is this is a journey, and this isn't going to be for everybody straight off the bat, because if you only sell 10 low ticket offers, for example, and the amount of effort that can go into creating a low ticket offer and selling it is not worth your while. It's as easy to sell a high ticket offer as it is to sell a low ticket offer. But what's great about a low ticket offer is it's in bringing clients into your inner circle. They get to see maybe a little bit more than they did when they were just a potential prospect or lead. So getting clients to say yes and bringing them into your circle is a great place for them to start. And if you're in that situation where you're maxed out at one-to-one, maybe you already have groups and you're looking for a little revenue jolt or revenue boost, lower ticket offers are a great way to do that. And I would kind of describe this as having a value ladder. So with my millionized clients, that's another one of my group programs. That's for people who are making several $100,000 in their business already, and they want to make millions, their first million or multiple millions in their business. And so what we do is we look at their product suite and we look at what's their free offer, their low ticket offer, their mid ticket offer, their high ticket offer, and their premium offer. And we literally work through all of them to make sure that they're all working in the way that they should. So for a great revenue boost, something that you can sell in your sleep, low ticket offers really are your secret weapon. And I want you to think of these in a way where they're accessible, they're irresistible, and they're perfect for building your audience and generating consistent revenue. And the types of things that you can sell in this, or the types of things that can make up your digital offer or your low ticket offer, are digital downloads. Things like templates or mini courses, or even access to a private community. So how do you get started with this? Well, this is what I did, and it worked really well. And, I mentioned in the intro, the conversion rate was 26%. Usually a conversion rate from something like a masterclass, on average, a good conversion rate is 8 to 10%. So the fact that this converted at 26% really is very good. And that's why I'm sharing it with you. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm literally giving you the strategy that I used to help make money while I was sitting by the pool. And it's a strategy I'm going to use again and again and again, and one that I will share with my ideal clients as well. So step number 1 in all of this is to identify a high value topic that solves a specific problem. So like I mentioned, for me, when I first considered creating a digital product, I had to ask myself, what's a pressing problem my clients are facing that I can solve pretty quickly? And for me, it was leveraging LinkedIn to help them grow their businesses. And I already had an audience for this because I was doing the master classes. And what I did was I actually invited people to come on and do LinkedIn audits with me so that I could find out their biggest challenges. So on the master classes, I offered extra value. And the idea was that these people would come on. I wasn't going to sell them anything, and I did not sell them anything. I interviewed over 50 people and I collated all of their insights. That actually helped me create better master classes going forward because I could tailor it to what everybody told me they wanted. Then what that allowed me to do was to pick something that I'm an expert in and excite me. After interviewing 50 people, after being on LinkedIn, I've been on LinkedIn for 10 years. I've had formal LinkedIn training, so many years ago when I worked in the bank, but I never used it when I was in the bank. And I was using it in a very different way to how I use it now. And then I needed to figure out a way where I could keep it really simple, focus on one problem, and provide a clear solution. So that was in the creation process of my offer and what it was going to be. So the number one step was identify a high value topic that solves a specific problem. So a key thing here to share with you is that it's really our default to overcomplicate shit. And you don't need to overcomplicate this. Your low ticket offer doesn't need to be exhaustive. It needs to be effective. I've actually bought low ticket offers, like a lot of them in 2024, more so to see, I'm like, oh, how much will I spend before I really think about it, right? I've bought quite a few at $27, quite a few at $47, some at $97, and as much as up to $197. If it's above $197, I think twice, right? And what I've figured out is I will absolutely pay for something that's at $27 without giving it a second thought every day of the week. Every day of the week. And I have bought stuff for $27 that has been absolute rubbish, like complete and utter rubbish. So if you create something and it's at all quality, you will get good reviews. But what I'm saying here is just don't overcomplicate it. Okay, just don't overcomplicate it. Step one is once you've nailed down the topic, then you need to move into step two, which is time to build your offer. So in terms of building out your offer is how you are going to package it up and sell it and make it irresistible. And it's interesting, a lot of my clients right now, we're literally working through offer building. I've got people who are pivoting in Million Eyes. I've got people who are growing their value suite and their value ladders. I've got people in Business Accelerator who are pivoting as well, and they're looking at creating new offers. So we're doing a lot of offer building right now. And I had a snow day where one of my clients actually, she needed to reschedule. And I'm like, oh, great. And it was snowing. So I'm like, this is a total snow day. I'm going to take advantage of this. And what I did was I started playing with AI to build out an offer, how to help build out an offer. And oh my God, let me just tell you that I have managed to create the best prompt to create an offer. And yeah, I've shared it with my clients in Business Accelerator and Million Eyes. It's actually so much fun to do it as well. And the stuff that it creates, clients have been blown away by some of the nuggets it has suggested, because it will even tell you what freebie to share to go with your offer and how to build your value suite, how to make the offer irresistible, how to name it. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. So this was kind of what I did for LinkedIn Revenue Accelerator, but I did it manually. I didn't use AI at the time. And what I did was, when I was creating the offer then and making it irresistible, I thought, okay, what am I going to cover in this? And I have my own LinkedIn strategy. It's called the LinkedIn 7 C's Success Strategy. So I already knew this is what I'm going to cover. There's 7 C's plus an extra C, which is clarity, by the way. So it's technically 8 C's. It's the 7 C's wrapped in clarity. That's how I describe it, because you need clarity to be able to execute the rest. So I thought, okay, that's 8 modules. How am I going to do this? I wanted to first sell it before I built it, because this has happened to me, I've spent weeks and weeks building programs and then gone to sell them and nobody has bought them. I mean, nobody. Talk about an empty echo chamber. That was really depressing. But that has happened to me. So I went, I'm not freaking making that mistake again. I learned the hard way before. I'm going to put this out there and see if it sells. And if it sells, then I will build it. So It's sold. It's sold because what I did was I built a simple sales funnel to market my offer. And that sales funnel looked like a free masterclass that I promoted via social media and via my email list. On the masterclass, I didn't sell anything because I tend to hate going on to those masterclasses where, this feels like a 90-minute sales pitch. Don't like them. And I rarely do them because I'm like, I feel the ick. And if I do them, it's more of an experiment than anything else. But nevertheless, I decided I'm not going to sell anything. I'm going to deliver incredible value. And afterwards, what I did was I sent an email sequence offering the LinkedIn Revenue Accelerator at a beta launch price of just €97. Now, beta launch meant that if people were going to show up and avail of this, that what they had to do was they had to come on extra calls with me to give me feedback, because my goal was to sell it for cheap so I could get feedback from them and improve it. So when in future it's purely a digital offer, that I'll have made it as good as possibly I can. So that was my goal. So I was getting something back out of this as well, and I was getting paid to do it. And so what I did was with this masterclass, and I didn't even know when I was creating the masterclass I was going to sell this offer. I didn't even know at that stage, right? This was more like it was an experiment. It was kind of a spur of the moment experiment, but it freaking worked. So I'm definitely going to be doing it again. But really, step one was offer a free value-packed event. Host a webinar or a masterclass on your chosen topic that relates back to point number one, which was a pain point, and then promote that masterclass via social media and your email list. The second step was, after the masterclass, I sent follow-up emails providing extra value, like extra additional stuff for free via the emails. And then I gradually started to introduce my free offer, my low ticket offer even. And then step three was I used the simple tech that I already have for my existing programs and for my masterclasses to really make this work. And that's Kajabi. So I use Kajabi. I have an affiliate link for Kajabi if anybody's interested in checking out Kajabi with a free trial. But I use that to put all my landing pages on it. My podcast gets hosted there. My website is hosted there. My emails are sent from there. My courses are held there. I get payments through it. Like, it's an all-in-one platform essentially for people who have online courses. It's super handy, right? That was one of my core tech stacks. The second thing was ad event. Ad event you can sign up to for free, but what it's great for is you can create your event and ad event, and then in my emails in Kajabi, I made sure to add the ad event stuff. So what that looks like is, the little icons for your Google Calendar and your Yahoo Calendar and your Apple Calendar, all of the calendars, Outlook. It lets people click on their calendar and add the event. Because what I found before is, if I was hosting a free masterclass or webinar, a lot of people didn't show up, even though I sent them email reminders. But when I send the ad event one, it goes into their calendar. And when it's in their calendar, they're more inclined to not double book or not forget about it, because they get the reminders via their calendar as well. And the third tool that I used to create the funnel was Zoom. Zoom was where I held a masterclass. Zoom was where I offered the extra fee value, and that was it. So during the event, I didn't sell anything. I focused on building real trust and by providing incredible value, and the sales followed. Okay. So the third step in all of this was to create the actual email sequence. So what happened was, after I created the masterclass, I sent the email sequence. But the email sequence had to direct people somewhere. So I needed to create a landing page. I had to do it super quickly because I was like, oh gosh, I was literally making this up as I was going along. But I knew the steps that I needed to take, and I knew in which order I needed to take them. So I started to write my email sequence, and at the same time, I was building a landing page. So I did that together. I did those two things in tandem. And my goal with the landing page was to have it so that people could literally go directly to the landing page and purchase directly from that landing page. The intention was that sometimes, and this is what usually happens on Kajabi, and I used Gemini to help me figure this out. With Kajabi landing pages, you usually have to go to a separate checkout page from the landing page. You generally can't make the purchase from the landing page. But I was able to go and write some code in Gemini. That's actually what I studied in college, folks. I went to study computer programming in college. And here I am, 20 years after in working in the bank and now working as a brand and marketing strategist. And here, what am I doing? Writing code that I studied in college too many years ago to mention now. Moral of the story is that's exactly what I did. I wrote the code, figured out a way to have my checkout on my landing page so people didn't have to click through. They could put their card details in and purchase it there and then on the spot. So I had to build excitement in my emails. I had to make it sound really irresistible. So I had a little thing that scrolled on top of my landing page that said this offer is only available for a certain number of days. My emails were saying things like this offer is going to be gone quicker than my tan fades when I get back from Greece. So it was really all about building excitement, and it was a reason for me to sell it. And it was a reason to help me create it quickly and do it in a way that was aligned with, going on my holidays. I wanted to make some money while I was away on my holidays and not come back to no leads or no clients and nothing. So that was exactly what happened. It was freaking cool. And then the sales came in. The emails were really good. They were intentional. They referred to pain points. They referred back to things we talked about in the masterclass. They discussed the 7 C's in more detail. They talked about objections that people might have about signing up. They talked about paradigm shifts to do with LinkedIn. One of the other things that we talked about in there was like customer results. People who followed my strategies before and seen really great results. So that's what was included in the whole thing. Now, if it's a case that you're thinking, Deirdre, this sounds like a lot. This is what I said to you at the start. This sort of strategy at this level is absolutely not for everyone. This strategy is for people who are further along in the game. They know what they're doing in their business and they have maybe applied some marketing strategies before. So for you, if you are a little bit more of a seasoned business owner or seasoned at marketing, you can listen to another episode that I've created that's similar to this. It's episode 87. It's 5 advanced marketing strategies that seasoned professionals can use to grow their business. Okay. So in the actual delivery of this offer, I waited until September because I figured, a lot of people are going to be off in their summer holidays. I'm going to create this offer ahead of September. I'm going to build it so it's ready, and people had already bought it. I didn't share this offer with the world. I literally only offered it to people within the masterclass, and that's how I was able to track the conversion so well, because I knew the numbers that signed up for the masterclass. I know what my show up rate was. I know what my click-through rates were on my emails, and then I know what the conversion rate was from the people who showed up to the people who purchased. So it was really simple, 26%. It's really good. So how I built my digital product then was using really simple tool. I built LinkedIn Revenue Accelerator using Notion. I didn't use any fancy tech, no massive production, just valuable content organized in a way that's easy to consume. So if you're going to create a digital program, you can use tools like Canva, Notion. You can use a Google Doc. Like seriously, the shit thing that I purchased for €27 was just a Google Doc. It was like 2 or 3 different Google Docs. That's all it was. I'm like, I would never pay for something like that. And even for €27, I would expect, like, there wasn't even a picture on the page for the €27 thing. I would never give that to somebody personally. I would take a lot more pride in my work, even if it's only €27. I bought something for €27 this year, and honestly, it has had a huge impact in my business. There were loads of PDFs, just like Canva docs done, but exported via PDF, if you know what I mean. And there were 6 training videos in it. None of the training videos were more than 15 minutes. And that was $27. Like, that was incredible value. And I will absolutely buy more things because I got so much value from that $27. You see what I mean? So now I'm hooked. I'm like, oh, if that's what they're giving away for $27, I want more from them because it was really helpful. Other things that I used to create the program then was because this was a beta launch and I wanted people's feedback, I went live on Zoom, and then I used Calendly for people to book in live calls to give me the feedback. I wrote supporting materials with the help of ChatGPT and Google Gemini. And then the whole goal was to keep it really user friendly, ensure the product was easy to navigate and people could figure out how to do it. And I went in straight first for the first 4 C's that can help people get the quickest results. So that was how I built LinkedIn Revenue Accelerator. Basically using everything that I already have and everything that I already know. And if you're going to build out a low ticket offer, you don't need to invest in new software or new equipment. You just need to repurpose your existing knowledge, and answer the things that your paying clients are currently paying you. Those are the types of things that will help you absolutely create something really easy. So if this is all sounding like something that you're thinking, maybe I have a gap and there's something that I could do in my marketing strategy to help me create something like this, well, then go and assess your current marketing strategy and identify those gaps. Take my free marketing assessment at www.deirdremartin.ie/marketing assessment. So step 4 in this was literally to analyze results and iterate. So as I say, 26% conversion rate, that's really freaking good. I talked about this on social media and people were like, oh my God, 26%? How did you do that? That is so good for a beta test. I have gathered the feedback and it was amazing. I'm just finished refining the program now to launch version 2.0. And I've been running a campaign over the last 7 days on my email list. If you're not on my email list, you have to get on there because that's where I share my best offers. I rarely talk about them on LinkedIn. If you're not on my email list, be sure to go and sign up for my email list. And if you opt in for any of the freebies, or go to my website, deirdremartin.ie/blog, where all the show notes are for the Master Your Business podcast, you'll be able to sign in for my email list. And I talk about any masterclasses that I'm offering. They're all shared through there as well. So basically, I gathered feedback, refined the offer, and got ready to launch version 2.0. So if you're going to do something like this, there are a few things that you need to track. So the key metrics, right? The key metrics are how many people sign up for your free thing, and then what's your conversion rate, and how much revenue do you make from it. Ask purchasers for their opinions. So gather that feedback. How would they rate it on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being great, 1 being shit. And, ask them what would they like to see done differently so you can improve it, and use those insights to enhance the product before you scale it and sell it the next time. Beta launches are gold. They let you test the waters without massive investment, and they provide valuable feedback. So LinkedIn Revenue Accelerator, I sold it at 97. My intention is to sell it constantly at 197. It's currently on offer. You can go to deirdremartin.ie/LinkedIn Revenue Accelerator and see for yourself and check it out. Maybe it is right for you, but you can have a look at the landing page. I haven't tweaked it. I just took off that little thing, that scrolling thing that went across the top that said that this was a beta launch. It was only available for a couple of days. So there you go. Beta launches, again, they are gold. They let you test the waters and see whether this is something that will work or that won't work. So, key takeaways from today's session. I've covered a lot. Number 1 is identify a high value topic, and not high value to you, high value to your ideal clients. Number 2, build a simple sales funnel. Number 3, create your digital product efficiently with tools and resources you already have. Number 4, analyze and iterate for success. So get started today. You can instantly identify a high value topic for your ideal clients and commit to implementing something to do with it this week and to start to build out your sales funnel. But remember, one of the mistakes that I learned from was to sell it before I built it, to make sure there was actual interest in it before I invested time or money in getting it prepared and up and running. Small actions lead to big results. So Don't forget to take your free marketing assessment and identify any gaps that are in your current strategy right now at deirdremartin.ie/marketing assessment, and to listen to episode 87 as well for advanced marketing strategies. If this is your first time tuning into the show, or if you've tuned in before and ever gotten value from any of the episodes you've listened to, please do me a favor and leave us a rating if you've not done one yet, or a review, and be sure to follow the Master Your Business podcast so you never miss an episode that can transform your business. Until next time, keep mastering your business.